up. Joke. Bottom
Okay, let's go. Recap for last session. The Millers have decided that Elturel is the next destination. In order to inform Ontharr Froom or Leos in Erlanthar that they found what they found in the cave. Before leaving, they bought enough food and water for the 6-day journey from Lin and Swift and Mirai, while Governor Nighthill and Castellan Escobert managed to procure a carriage for the party to use in their travels. This is paid for by Leosin before he left to Elturel. On the journey, the Millers also brought along the 3 dragon eggs that they got from the cave. At this point, the eggs are also a day away from hatching. The Millers left Greenest at nightfall as to avoid any detection, and Ellion took the reins of the carriage and managed to navigate the green fields at ease. However, the Millers are faced with a peculiar obstacle: 19 elks grazing and blocking the road ahead. Ellion managed to kill 2 elks, with one of them having golden antlers and the other an ordinary one. Kaldruin, on the other hand, managed to self-herd the elks by throwing a stone to distract them. And as night deepens, the party decided to camp and rest for the day. Kaldruin took the first watch, followed by Tomorrow, and then Ellion. By the time it's Karsol's turn to take the night shift watch, Ellion was unable to wake him up in his deep meditation. This turned into something more, as magic surged out of his body along with the eggs hatching. And we left off with Ellion face to face with 3 dragon wyrmlings, hungry and ready to attack. So at this point, that's where we continue. So we now see Ellion afraid and startled with these 3 baby dragons hovering above, screeching real loud. And then she faints due to the fact that she apparently has fears on chromatic dragons. As she faints and her body falls down, Kaldruin Tomorrow wakes up, and as they wake up and stretch their arms, they see this sight.
Wait, so Ellion fell and
Yeah, she faints.
isn't
She wakes you guys up because she was shaking Karsol and calling your guys' name. So as she faints now with the dread of the 3 dragons, that's where both of you wake up, and you see all of this happening.
and the dragons are they defensive, or do they seem like they're aggressive only because like they're startled and confused?
Since
and
they're hatched, they're just hungry and are ready to eat, and seeing you all of you for the first time, they think that you are their food at the moment.
How far are the elks from us, from where I am?
From where you are, the elk meat.
Yeah.
From where you are, it's
I guess
in
it
one
would
of the
be in the park,
boxes.
right? Okay.
Yeah, in one of the boxes just behind Kaldruin.
I'll try to get to the boxes and offer the elk to the dragons. Like, I'm gonna gesture, hold it in front of me, and hope that when they fly down, they bite onto the elk instead of me. And at the same time, I'm gonna cast Shield of Faith onto myself. Or no, I'm not gonna cast anything. I'm just gonna do that.
So for tomorrow, she's going to So si Karsol, he's also floating.
Yeah, he's in a trance and
Still
magic
asleep, right?
asleep.
Okay.
Yeah, in meditation, magic surging out of his body, and yeah, you could see he's just still for Karsol. As if you want to know, you're still picturing the visions of apocalyptic nightmares. Still very unspecific. You're trying to focus on one image, but it's constantly changing. So that's why. And you're trying to awake or remove yourself from meditation, but you're still hold on to that the visions.
Okay. So for tomorrow, she's going to like look at the dragons and then look at Kaldruin, and then she's going to nod, and then she's going to move closer to Ellion, and she's going to I'm going to cast Mage Hand, and she's going to like use that to like try to wake her up. So that hand is gonna go like gonna try to slap her face, and she's gonna go like, "You stupid knight, wake up!"
Yeah. And with that,
Yeah.
everyone, you could roll initiative for me.
No.
Come on.
Ako din. Kasi natutulog pa ako eh.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, nina-navigate ko lang yung sheet.
Yeah.
Ooh, I rolled a 19.
Oh, nice. But
Gigi, you could also roll yours.
oh, okay. Wait lang. Nakakanibago.
I bet Jijet is the 3 behind me.
Wait lang. Puta, asa yung initiative?
Or like one of the boxes. You're ano pala.
I rolled a 13.
Okay. So yeah, the first one is Kaldruin, followed by Karsol, and then the blue dragon. Yeah, there we go. Are you?
I like the music.
I
Oh, I can
opt for
hear
the
the music.
music.
Sa stream.
Can you guys hear it? No.
Yeah.
I think ako lang ata yung nag, sa stream mo eh.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay,
I can't add the blue dragon. I'll note. Sige, it's the blue dragon next. Let me make a proxy mini first. Let's give me something. This one. I'll put it here. Right there.
Miguel, can you try restreaming?
Okay. Give me a second.
Oh no, okay, I fixed it. Okay, Blue Dragon, and then GG, and then tomorrow, and then we got the black one. Oh wait. Then the red one. Yeah, there we go. That's everyone. And I'll put Ellion at the last one. There. Okay. Caldron, you are up.
Okay. So,
So you did what you did. You ran.
So
You ran
I should
towards
be-
the, somewhere there, and you've got the meat.
okay.
And you're.
Okay, since I'm pretty sure they're they're eyeing to attack. Probably me, because I'm the one they saw move or run underneath them. I'm going to have the elk handy, just right next to me. So I'm gonna put it down, just next to me, and I'm gonna prepare my action for when they, or at least one of them, tries to attack me.
Okay.
So if one of them attacks me, I'm gonna try and grapple them
Okay.
on my person. Yeah.
Okay.
And that's my turn.
Okay. As for Karsol, you are still stuck in your nightmare. You're still having visions, but this time it's getting clearer and clearer. You are having visions of a forest, and in that forest you could see a temple, a ruined temple. You are slowly getting a clearer picture now. You are focusing your best into this vision in the hopes that maybe this vision would get you back to where the rest of the party is. And for now, the blue dragon's turn. As for the blue dragon's turn, you could see it roar and turn its head. And as it smells the elk that Kaldruin brought up from the box, it sees Kaldruin over, and from its flight from above, it swoops down and tries to bite Kaldruin.
Okay, so I'm gonna try and grapple him.
So, as the blue dragon swoops down and its mouth opening up, Kaldruin manages to grab its head and prevent the biting of.
Do I have to roll for it? Or
No, I already rolled for the bite and it's missed. It's just a miss.
Oh, okay.
So it was an 8 actually. So you managed to grab hold of its head while preventing it from biting you. And then, as this is going on, tomorrow, can you roll me a perception?
Okay.
Let's see how keen your ears are.
Sorry, wait. Skills. Very cool. 7.
So with the chaos happening, you fail to hear the rustling by the trees, as because behind one of the trees, Gigi, you could describe how your character enters the foray.
Yeah.
Boy. So, kind of, she's not gonna hear the rustling from the trees, but she's going to hear the scene of dragons, and just like a man just dashing into the scene, just like seeing what the hell is going on. Kind of, where am I exactly? Am I, like, would I be close enough to like grab some of that meat from Kaldruin if I see him? Or like, do I even see that at all?
You can see the fire. So as your character makes your way out from the forest clearing and onto their camp right here, you manage to see it's Kaldruin's across. So you're somewhere here. So he's across. You could see Karsol floating, the wizard floating up. You could see one of the knight fainted on the ground with a mage hand trying to wake her up, and a tiefling with daggers preparing to attack the 3 dragons.
One, so like you're gonna see this fucking, just old ass man, wrinkly ass man with like rags and everything, with a fishing pole in his hand and like a metal leg. He's rushing in. He's gonna jump up and like try to like get one of the dragons out of the air. If I'm not far enough, I'm gonna use like key point to dash.
Yeah, so you would reach the the red dragon, actually.
Yeah, I want them out of the air. So like,
Okay.
if grappling isn't gonna work, then like I wanna like just try to bonk it.
Okay. Is there any roll that you're gonna make? For
I don't think I can actually grapple it per se, so I think we're just gonna like try to hit it like with a fishbowl. He like just jumps up and just like tries to whack with this like wooden pole.
okay, then you could roll for your quarterstaff, I guess. Yeah, attack damage. Attack roll.
That's not gonna do anything though. It's 11 to hit.
Okay, so as this old person out of the woods jumps up in the air real fast, Tomorrow doesn't notice, and tries to whack the red dragon nearby. Fails, but lands on his feet, both legs, and you are up, Tomorrow.
Hello.
Yeah.
Wait. Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Well, for tomorrow, what she's going to do is she's going to try and isn't actually can I just try to like shake Karsol out of his trance?
Oh, you can.
Yep. Tomorrow's going to like he's lying down and floating, right? Can I like pull him to the floor and like give him like a punch on the face?
Yeah, you could do that. You could give me an athletics for that.
Okay. So let's see. Athletics. 8.
So as you bring down the floating body, the body falls down. You manage to pull it down, but still magic surges outside of him, and you manage to slap and punch him, but still you could see his eyelids moving very fast, as if it's still in a dream strike trance. And I would give you another bonus if you want, bonus action to do that, to do whatever.
I guess let's say I don't want to use hex on the dragons. Let's see. So seeing this, I guess for tomorrow, Miguel, can you rotate the camera to the right a little bit? Sorry, yan. So for this, tomorrow's going to try and like sneak behind or like hide dun sa parang may mga items like yung parang bag and goblets.
Right here?
Yep.
Okay, you could roll me a stealth check.
Okay, wait. Sorry, naninibago lang dito sa new interface. There we go. Oh man, 8?
So you manage to sneak past, but the black dragon notices you moving. So as clear, it turns its head over to you and gives its dragon roar, and for its turn, it swoops down and tries to bite you. And with that,
I bleed to death.
no, as it swoops
Okay.
down, Tomorrow manages to dodge the diving black dragon, and you are safe for now as it swoops back up in the air. And as for the red dragon, it sees this stranger, this old person, and it tries to do the same as what its brothers have been doing, and tries to swoop down and give a bite to this old person right here. And with that, the old person, being frail, doesn't manage to dodge the bite and takes 10 points of damage.
Oh.
So it chops off.
What did he roll? Oh, damn.
There you go.
Time
And
to make a
as-
new one, Jujat.
Just kidding. He was supposed to die anyway.
And as for Ellion's turn, yeah, she is out cold. She just drops. And unconscious at this point. Kaldruin.
I'm going to. So I've grappled the blue dragon on one hand. With the other hand, could I take out my hempen rope from my, I guess my side pouch, or from a side, and try to fashion a. I'll just try to tie up the dragon so it can't bite, nor can it fly around.
Okay.
So I wanna permanently ground it with the rope.
Okay. You could give me a sleight of hand.
Sleight of hand. It's a 10.
And with one of your hands, you are trying your best, but the dragon is too strong and too wild to be tied down. But give me another strength. Let's see if you still hold on to
The grapple.
grappling. Yeah, give me a strength or athletics
Just-
check.
Okay.
Good, athletics check.
Athletics. Ooh. 19 plus 1, 20.
Okay. So even though you failed with your tying up of the rope, you still managed to hold firmly onto the blue dragon's head. So you go. And as for Karsol, pretty much the same. You are still in the trance, but you are now going deeper and deeper into this vision. But as well as within this vision, you also see someone familiar just right on the left side of you. It looks like a female, and it looks like a druid, and it's still fuzzy on your end, but eventually you try to focus on it, and you're trying to focus real hard on the image that's coming into your mind, or where both of you are going. And as for the blue dragon, for its action, it's just gonna be trying to break free from the grapple. And it still doesn't. Kaldruin still holds firmly onto the blue dragon, and Kaldruin could feel its strength, even just of a hatchling, a wyrmling. You could feel how strong and mighty these creatures are.
Oh, also RM, as part of my as a bonus action, could I perhaps shout at the party
Okay.
and ask if any of them can any of you speak to these dragons?
I can speak Draconic, but I'm still sleeping.
Oh, okay.
The one person. Yeah. Why do you people even have dragons? Who are you people?
Yes. Interim, you're up.
Just after that, just like, whoa, why the fuck are there dragons here? What can I make in like some sort of like insight check to see like if they're just hungry or if they're doing it because like we are attacking them or like what can I try to gauge what they want?
Okay.
24. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
So, with your vast knowledge and experience in the wild, and from the area you've been through, you notice you are quite familiar, but not an expert yet on dragons in general. But you could know the basics that these dragons just want to eat and is hungry for some meat.
I want to, right, there's meat on the ground. I want to take some of that meat and just throw it to one of the dragons. Outright, maybe one of the ones in the air.
Okay.
Preferably a bigger chunk.
Okay, you could give me a ranged attack roll for that.
Ranged attack. How do I do that?
Your dexterity, I guess, plus your bonus modifier.
Let me just. That's 21.
Okay, so you managed to throw a piece of meat that's lying on the ground, and the red dragon you manage to distract and flies out and tries to catch it. Just beyond over here. Did you throw it just to your left or your right?
Just pretty much in their
Oh, wait.
direction, so pretty much like opposite of where I would be. Like maybe straight on or maybe behind them.
Okay.
Is that an action? Because I would like to also take a bonus action to use patient defense. So I'm taking the dodge action.
Okay. So as after the stranger throws the meat, the red dragon reacts to the thrown meat, tries to chase it down like a dog chasing a tennis ball. And then the stranger performs his defensive stance. And after he's done his defensive stance, he remembers that he has brought something in his person, and he puts his hand on it to check, because after he has been jumping up and down, and fling around, perhaps this object in his person might have been dislodged from his journey, and he puts his hand on it and checks if it's still there. And where have you placed this object in your person, by the way?
Just like in a pack of some sort, those sacks you just like kind of lug around, maybe something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So kind of maybe from like the action, kind of this sort of distance and everything.
Okay, so as this person checks about the object, he looks at it and remembers in a brief flashback on where this object has or how he acquired this object. So yeah, so it's like a flashback. We're going back with a quick time with the events of Fort Tarsak. Basically a month before the happenings on the chapter 1 of the campaign. So after this person holds on this object inside his pocket, we're brought back here to a place that's familiar to this person. And this is the big town of Berdusk, a month ago, same year. And we see a lively town, very almost water deep in terms of metropolis. And we now get to walk down and notice this person in the streets as well. Right there. As he's walking down the road and looks over at the building, he remembers what this building stands for and what this building contains. As his eyes focused further, he sees the symbol of the Harpers, the organization, and is there anything that he does before entering the establishment?
kind of just clutching onto that hole, staring over at the central doors, taking deep breaths, sort of hesitating to go in. Kind of feels like the weight in his leg, and then starts just feeling the weight of everything for very slowly just approaching the building.
As he makes his way through the crowded streets and into the front doors, inside, he is greeted by no one. He sees a lot of people walking in and out, and it's almost like an office. People transacting, people talking, and no one is noticing you. It's almost like you're a ghost inside this office, until one of the concierge just speaks and says, "Oh, hello there. Is there anything I can help you with?"
I have a little job here to do. Don't think anyone's going to know who I am, though, not that it matters.
And this human female is look shocked and puzzled, and just continues on, and she says, "Oh, I'm sorry, but this is a trading outpost, and are you here to buy or trade any wares?" And even before the stranger responds to the female, out from the crowd, he hears a voice, and he hears, "Hey, yes, Karen, that's fine. I think I can handle him. He's been expected." And he looks over and says, "You must be him." And this person, the old guy, sees this monk, and the monk just also responds and extends his hand and says, "My name is Nesim Waladra, and I believe you must be Interim, correct?"
Okay, let's just get this over with. Where's Leosin? What's my... What?
And Nesim just chuckles. He said, "Oh, I forgot. Yes, I am his apprentice, and I didn't know you are very straightforward. Yes, please, follow me. I would send you to his office." And as you two both walk, and you see all the offices and the paperwork flying around, and Nesim just continues, "I think you've been gone from the organization long enough, and a lot has changed. Could Interim describe to me what was the front of the organization before you left?"
The front of the organization?
Yeah, what's the cover up? Because right now it's a trading outpost.
This thing used to be a sort of place where shipments just pass and go. It's a trading outpost now. When really before it was just some sort of heaven where people would just meet, get their business done. It's more traditional. At least that's what I experienced. This, I think, is able to cover a lot more things. People have done work here.
And Nassim just opens his eyes in awe and says, "You really are a veteran here, sir. And I may believe, since I'm just an apprentice under Leo Sin, I could learn a lot from you, sir." And here we are. Then he knocks 3 times, and opens the door. And yeah, we are greeted as Interim walks in. You see a familiar face. It's right in front. And it's Leosin, one of your one of your colleagues in the organization. He turns over and sees you, and he just continues. Well, old friend, how was retirement treating you?
Yeah, feels like shit at times, but well, what can you do? Haven't been really doing much, and you seem to be doing plenty. That kid looks bright.
I think you've met Nessim, one of my apprentices. Yeah, been training him as well. But the kid still needs a little bit more polishing to be a full-fledged agent. I think you're wondering why you came here. And I believe you received my message then. It's good to have you on board.
Nice to read that, considering I haven't exactly been the prettiest face recently.
Oh well, I know you're no one to beat around the bush when it comes to explanation, so I'll get down to the chase. The Cult of the Dragon has had a new leader in their midst, and I'm investigating their movements, and they're getting bolder by each day. And as he says, the Cult of the Dragon, you see Interim's eyes. Like, when you hear the Cult of the Dragon Interim, how did you react upon hearing that organization?
Pretty much a big just freeze up, and that's like he continues to say that they're on the move again, kind of just it's as if he's in a different place for a small second until he kind of finishes with how they're getting bold, and he gets back in. And then on the move again. What are they doing?
Well, something big, and I need more information at that. I think they're getting bolder in a sense that they have acquired a couple of masks. And I guess you remember one operation you've been, where they acquired the first mask. Excuse me, what you said?
Gromnir.
Oh,
sorry.
Yeah,
As if I could forget about Gromnir.
Yeah. Operation Gromnir. You're assigned to that, and I know it's very painful to remember that.
Too many people died then.
I know.
On me. It wasn't supposed to happen that way.
Yeah. But what can we do? Now they're getting bolder, and I need you in this case. Wow. Before we go any further, do you mind if I get some drinks, since we'll be diving more deeper into detail with this one? They say, are you a brandy person now? Or a whiskey?
Can't really go wrong with whiskey.
Yeah. Then he grabs over, he opens his cabinet, and he has this multiple bottles. He picks out two of the glasses, offers one to Interim, offers one to himself, opens the bottle, gives a quick sniff, and then pours onto the both glasses. It says, yeah, Operation Gromnir. Named after the fabled dwarf of the Watchers of the Fallen. Oh, how that event turned out. Since the cult now is getting bolder, they've acquired a couple more masks. And I need to head to Candlekeep to learn more on what these masks do and who are they planning to bring back, I assume. And now you're wondering where you come in. And he takes a sip.
got to give me something. You can't give me nothing when it comes to them.
Yeah.
Alright. What do you need me to do?
Well, I need you to wait. Wait for a signal from me. You would know it. One of the agents would give it. Spend time in Verdusk. Get your feet wet once again. And I know you've just... I don't think you're still in the right fit to be on the field. But we need all the manpower right now since the organization is kind of stretched. Wait for my signal and get this book. Then he writes down. In common. And he also translates. A little bit in Draconic. And Leosin continues and says, here. This is the book I need you to get. Once you receive the signal. This might be a plan B. And this might be what we might need when we may face another Operation Gromnir incident.
Gromnir can't happen again.
Yep. The whole Sword Coast doesn't want to happen that again. And he gives over the note.
Will warn you, I'm not as spry as I used to be. As he like kind of just slides the note over to himself and kind of reads it.
Yeah, I haven't lost my touch, my friend. So, business aside, humor me for a second here, Interim. Where have you been living under?
It's just hopping from town to town, like a little bit of a wanderer here. Might find that people in all places of Swordcross at this point know me as just the lost old man who's just coming about. Can't really blame them though. Not that this bug's been helping me. Oh! Isn't traveling alone though, and the fucking man, like, just pats on his back. It's like, did have a small friend with me. My mind's not as much as it used to be. So.
Is your friend the fish?
Don't talk about Reggie that way. He's more than a fish. He's been one of my closest companions ever since. Come on. And he looks completely serious.
Yeah, Leosin just gives a little bit chuckle right there. And he drinks all of his whiskey, finishes it up, and says, yeah, I miss that in you, Interim. And welcome back. And then the door opens up and reveals Nessim walking in and just says to Leosin, Master, I think it's time we leave for Candlekeep. I don't think the horses would be available. I mean, the last two before other agents take it. And Leosis would go and stand up and says, okay, Interim, wait for my signal, get the book. Oh, and even before I leave, meet me at Elturel. That's where you're gonna meet me and give me the book if needed, or maybe use it. I don't know. Might be useful again. Anyway, spend time in Verdusk, and you'll receive the signal. Don't worry. And then he leaves with Nessim, leaving Interim inside the room.
Kind of as, like, if I may, as he leaves, like before you can like close the door, like Interim is still in there, just trying to like finish the drink, and is like, Yeah, before he actually leaves. Take care of that kid! He's got more in front of him.
I will. And he just, as he's walking behind, he doesn't look back, but just raises his hand and just waves. So you could see just his back silhouette, and he just goes, I will. And they leave. And for the rest of the day, for the next, like, what's this? Another 10 Mirtul. That's almost like after a month. You've been waiting, spending time in Burdusk. What did Interim do in Burdusk while waiting for the signal?
At that point, like after just like right leaving the Harper's building, kind of just wades back into what he's been for like the last like couple decades. He's a lost man. He wanders about. So maybe spend time in a couple taverns. Maybe read up a little bit more on the dragons, considering that's what the job's about. At least if the resources were there. Otherwise, he's just getting back into it. Getting back into doing things. So, he wanders for a bit. Sleep in some shoddy taverns, maybe even the streets. Does whatever he can to, like, know more about the mission, but so far, just a lot of waiting.
There. And as he does that and continues on what he's been doing, it's 10 Mirtul. So as Interim, what was the last thing you do when it was in town? Where were you on 10 Mirtul 1489?
I think he would be, if there is a library of any sort, kind of just reading more about what's been happening, reading more of the dragons, like with that book just also on the table, but completely on, like no, it's not there yet. Oh my god, just reading up what he can, like note on the table, just sitting there.
So as he is reading up in the library, basically this is 10 Mirtul, and it's almost a day. And yeah, he is approached by a gnome from behind. And he goes and he just says, Interim, Leosina sent the signal. Follow me. Back to the Harpers. To the Twilight Hall. We'll get you suited up, and we're taking you to Candlekeep. So as he hears that, is there anything you will inquire or ask? Or you just
like, it's not really inquire at the moment. It's like it's more on the way, like walk and talk.
okay?
What exactly happened with the big man, Still alive? Or
The guy's alive from the last report. Some adventurers got him out in a jiffy, but the cult is now almost big, and there was a raid at Greenest which didn't go well, but thankfully some adventurers managed to stop it. And I guess the signal is right now. You have a note, sir. The book you would be getting from Candlekeep.
oh, there's right here. Just like pulls it out. Maybe it's like a little bit like wet, maybe a little bit slimy, but like yeah. Just puts it up and like 2 fingers, hands it over. Those adventurers part of the organization, or are they just often about doing their own shit?
Well, that's how we are, and that's how we operate. So as they make their way, you guys make your way inside the Twilight Hall and making your way in one of the warehouse buildings atop. Your eyes wide and open because you've seen this device when you were once still an agent along with Leosin, but this time it's a little bit more upgraded and a little bit more like modern. And you are inside. There's a chamber, and you see this gnome tinkering around and fixing, and says, "This is the new teleport circle. It's brand new, and you might be the first one to test it." That's one of the gnomes. Go. Then they're just setting up, and says, "Okay, sir. Once you're in, you might feel a slight discomfort since you're the first one to try this out. But we assure you everything will still be back where they're supposed to be once you arrive at Candlekeep, and by the operatives of the higher up. This is only a one-way trip, so once you arrive in Candlekeep, you're on foot to Elturel."
I'll take what I can get. Does it do well with scales?
Then so the gnome behind were like trying to compute and things about all the gnomes in the buildings yeah, I guess so. just the answer of the other employee gnome. I guess so. That would be fine. So just keep your hands and feet inside the teleport circle at all times, and good luck with your mission, agent. So as Interim now walks, you could describe to me how you approach the teleport circle, and if there's any other activity that you're gonna be doing before leaving. Because on the table you could also see this the Harpers, some gizmos and the small this as being agent for them is you have these small gadgets on the table before leaving every mission, and yeah, you
Kind of gadgets, like how usable. What things are the most useful on there?
Oh, you just have your usual the pen that could be used as a tracking, like a magic tracking device. You have your glasses that can see through furniture and thin walls. Basic surveillance gadgets, since Harpers. Harpers are more into just the surveillance and knowledge than acting on threats.
Kind of walk up to the table of gizmos, and we'll take the glasses. If I borrow this.
So he takes the glasses, and the gnome said, "Okay." Then one of the gnomes on the side just records its product code number and its serial number and says, "Just return it once you're done." Just that gives you that.
That much I can do, and then to himself he's like, "Oh no, definitely not." To himself. Kind of with that sort of limps forward, using the pole as a sort of crutch, onto the teleporting device, and before it actually kicks in, and just calls out to the gnome, and so, "Also, Sonny, you don't want to call me agent anymore. That's not exactly what I am anymore. This is only just to do some unfinished business."
Then how would we address you? And all the gnomes were sweating anxiety because they don't know how because they've been taught in a Harper's 101 to address any higher up operatives that's not a gnome as something. You must give us a title or some sort.
Just do what all the other towns do. Call me the loss. Now, kick this thing open! I have a code to take down.
There. And with that, the light and magic surges, and in a flash, Interim vanishes and pops out in Candlekeep, in front of Candlekeep. And that was 10 Mirtul, 1489. And now we're back again with the combat. And yes, tomorrow you are up. There we go, because after Interim opens up with that and refreshes his memory with that holding the book that he has taken from Candlekeep. We are back. Tomorrow, you're up.
So for tomorrow she's going. So which dragon is like not floating anymore?
The one not
dragon
floating is the blue one. Yeah.
So I'm at this tomorrow. Is near me. Is there like any slabs of meat also?
Oh, that's your adventurers pack. So I guess those are the ones that you bought. So.
Oh, the ones that we bought from the ano. Okay, so for tomorrow she's going to take out some of the meat there, and she's going to try and toss it to toss one to the black dragon, and then toss another huge mouthful just on the floor, so that to like make him like swoop down for the meat.
Okay. Okay, roll me your range.
How do I roll? Dexterity, tama?
Yeah, dexterity plus your bonus modifier. Okay.
Okay, wait. So that is 14. What is my modifier? How can I find it here?
Oh, that's a +3. We already added it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's a 14. So you managed to throw it, but the black dragon wasn't distracted enough with that. So it's like it's not as easily gullible like his brother, the red one. So as Tomorrow throws the slab of meat away, you could see the stoic black dragon just staring down and preparing to do another dive. And it's on his turn, he does. And he dives down to Tomorrow and tries to bite Tomorrow, in which, with Tomorrow's dexterous action, manages to dodge away from the incoming bite.
It's the Matrix.
Yes. And the red dragon at this point flies down and eats up the thrown meat by Interim. But the rest of the party don't know. You can see an old man. Caldruin, you are up and you are grappling still with the blue dragon.
As I grapple the dragon, as I'm grappling it, I'm gonna try and just tear a piece of meat from the elk and try to force feed it. Hopefully, making it calm down.
Ayan.
Okay, you could roll me your strength, just a strength check.
Strength check. Strength. Just straight strength, or
Yeah, plus your modifier if you have a modifier with your strength.
so athletics. Or,
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, athletics goes
Okay.
good.
or is it animal? Or wait. My, so just strength, right?
Yeah, strength is fine.
Okay. Whew. almost a 3. It's a 20.
So you managed to shove a slab of elk, raw elk meat into the blue dragon. Strong enough to. Can you roll me a?
At the same
A
time,
D6.
while I'm doing this, excuse me, I'm gonna try and make friends with it and say, see, I'm friendly. We're friends. I'm trying to feed you here, and there.
Roll me animal handling at this one, and you have advantage since you've read up about dragons.
Oh, nice, nice.
That's a 17 for the first roll and a 16 for the second. 17.
Yes, and upon hearing that and making, Caldruin sees deep into this blue dragon's eyes and as like this big slab of meat in its mouth. So you could imagine how it looks like there's a big slab of meat into the dragon's small mouth, and then his eyes making eye contact with Caldruin. And after he saying those lines, Caldruin in his grip, you could feel the muscle of the dragon easing up, relaxing a bit. And you could see now it's not minding you, and it's just eating the elk meat that is right there. Let's put it there. So you move it there. So I would give you a free move now. You could move. You could have a bonus action. I'll give you another action, like movement and action if you want.
At the same time, did you say bonus action?
Basically, a movement and an action you could do.
Oh, an action.
Yeah.
Excuse me. I'm gonna tear off another chunk of meat. So at this point, my hands are probably like all bloodied and smelly. And bring that chunk towards the red dragon, which is on the ground, and just. Or wait, it's already eating something.
It's eating for a while, yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm just gonna stay next to the blue dragon then, and I'm just gonna try and stay by it, and like prepare another chunk when it's done. But this time I'm not gonna throw it away. I'm gonna try and let it come to me, like gently, so it knows that I'm the one feeding it.
So you're gonna lure the red dragon toward you.
No, I mean the blue dragon. Just like I'm gonna try taming it.
Taming
by
it.
doing
So
that.
okay. So and then yeah, is that you're ready? You're gonna ready that action, or you're keeping feeding the blue dragon while it's eating currently?
Yeah, I'm just gonna keep feeding the blue dragon.
Okay. For Karsol, in his visions now, he is getting more clearer. He sees an encampment, but the inhabitants of that encampment is still not clear in his sights. But the person or the woman he is with in that vision happens to be Larray. And both of them are sharing the same vision. And as soon as they are slowly, like, both of them are seeing a picture clearer and clearer slowly, since it's getting more clear and getting more vivid in color. And yeah, that's where we end first for Karsol. And he's still in the trance. I am so sorry, Karsol. You are still inside the trance. The blue dragon at this point is still heavily eating. And as Caldruin is trying to feed it, Caldruin, give me another animal handling.
Okay. Oof, that's an 8.
And it manages, as you are trying to feed it, it manages to bite you in the hand, actually. And you take 9 points of damage from that. Baby dragon still really hit hard. So part of your hand, really, you can feel that chomp bite right there.
Bye-bye, finger. Within 10 minutes, RM.
Interim, you're up.
So, like, okay, the only thing that's up left is, like, the black dragon, right?
And you've checked
So,
the
like-
book that it's still in your person. It's not dropped. You didn't drop it down after you jump. It's still clear. It's still with you.
And I couldn't read it at all, right?
Can you
Well-
speak and read Draconic?
That's the thing. No, so I couldn't
Yeah,
read it.
okay.
I wanna, if you let me do this, like, I wanna, like, toss, like, the bag with the book in it over to, like, tomorrow's direction. And say, like, hey, girlie, see if this helps! And then, like, as that goes, I hope that's in, like, constant action or anything. I wanna get a piece of meat of my own, like, preferably, like, a really big chunk, and just, like, wave it up to, like, the black dragon, Wyrmling, like, hey, Scaly Birdie, are you still hungry? Like,
Okay.
just wanted to get its attention with it.
Okay, you can roll me an intimidation check.
Oh no. As if anyone can be intimidated by that sight. Oh, that's not bad.
Skinny, frail old man.
The black dragon turns its head and flies swiftly toward the direction of the old man right there. And on tomorrow, you see the bag just been tossed by the old man toward you. And inside, you're also up tomorrow. As you reveal and open, you see this book. And it's all in Draconic, from the cover page and downward to the author. It's all Draconic, but you can see, you can decipher from its picture. You can see like a dragon and a red heart and a smiling human holding hands.
So like, Michael like opens the book and she goes like, Michael, I don't think it's the right time to be reading a storybook. What's going to do with this? So she just like closes like the book and then she let's see, and she's going to try to talk to the black dragon. She's gonna go like, easy there, tiger. It's alright. We won't hurt you, I think. I hope not. So she tries to like take another chunk of meat and like presents it up to the dragon, the black dragon. And let's see. Yeah, I think or actually I'm going to use a mage hand to present the meat to the dragon. I use mage hand to present the meat to the dragon.
Okay. You could roll me your sleight of hand. And you could roll. Give me a check on sleight of hand. No. Just give me a check on persuasion. Pala. Sorry. It's a
Persuasion. Okay.
Since you're trying to lure again the black dragon after it. It's gonna be like going. It's gonna be like ping ponging between interim and tomorrow if you manage to. Okay. Interesting. Okay, wow, that's a very high roll. So as the black dragon reaches near interim, the old guy, it hears you calling out. And let's just say it flies midway, so it's almost like torn between both of you, both the old man and tomorrow. It doesn't know what to do, and for its turn, it it's confused, and I want Interim and Tomorrow. Just give me a quick Interim. Give me another intimidation check, while Tomorrow give me another persuasion check. Okay, so as both of Interim and Tomorrow are trying to call, grab the attention, the Black Dragon focuses its eyes and its gaze on the meat that Tomorrow has and swoops down and tries for another bite.
The meat, right? Or
Yeah,
me?
the meat. Yeah, the meat. The meat.
Okay.
But as the Black Dragon, swoops down, grabs the meat. Tomorrow, give me a dexterity saving.
I wanna keep all my fingers. Let's see, dexterity, saving. Wait. Sorry, wait. Dexterity, saving throw. Yes.
Yes. So as the Black Dragon swoops down, you manage to clear your hand, your body, your person out of the way, as it's now feeding on the meat that is on the ground. Yeah, let's put it down. There we go. Put it down. It's now eating.
Yay!
And the Red Dragon, now it's done with its meal and still hungry, turns over, sniffs up the air, and sees Caldruin trying to feed. So it tries to approach Caldruin, crawling on its fours since it's already tired at this point, and it's gonna try to bite. Caldruin, are you still feeding the blue one? Because Caldruin, you could roll me
Well, that depends.
perception.
So,
You could roll me a perception because
I-
you're focused too much on the blue one. This one sneaks basically like sneaked up. When pets sneak up behind you right there. Roll me a perception. So you didn't notice.
6.
Yeah, you didn't notice the red dragon behind, and it bites you. You could feel its chomp, and Caldruin, you take 4 points of damage, so it bites you on your leg. Let's try to bite you
It's
right
okay.
there.
It's okay.
There we go.
Caldruin Dragon Mommy.
Bite Diggy. Didn't notice. Ellion's out. Cool. Yeah, Caldruin, you're up. It's your turn.
Okay. Trying to feed this dumb blue dragon, and having been bitten by this dumb red dragon, with the chunk of meat I still have on my hand, I'm gonna try and. Well, first of all, is the blue dragon? Does he still have enough?
You could roll me an investigation right there. Oh no, just perception. Sorry.
Perception.
Yeah, it's perception.
What the hell? 7.
From your rough estimate, you could say he couldn't. You're not sure if that's enough for a blue dragon, but you made a judgment call and say, yeah, that's still enough.
Okay. Thinking that it's enough to just to keep it at bay, I'm gonna with the chunk of meat I have on my hand, I'm gonna slowly how do you say, wiggle it towards the red dragon.
Okay.
Like luring him to a spot. So like it's right next to the blue dragon. So it's it's not left and right, it's just they're just in one spot.
Ah, okay. So guys, you could roll me another sleight of hand for that as you wiggle your way and attempt to lure the red dragon out.
Oh, a nat 20.
Oh, that's it. You
Yes,
guys are
right.
rolling high. So, Caldruin managed to wiggle it away, and the red dragon manages to follow Caldruin. Yeah, Caldruin, Dragon Mommy. And yeah, they're like siblings now eating in one area. And yeah, roll me another animal handling and do it with advantage, as you are now
Yes.
taming.
Animal handling. 18 and a 19. 23.
Wow.
Whoa.
So you are now, yeah, you manage. The red dragon looks into your eyes, and you've managed to get its attention at least. And its muscles now relaxing a bit and easing up. And now we get to Karsol. Now, Karsol, your visions are now going clear. It's showing more in depth and it's showing more color. You now both arrive in a certain location. The tower, as I mentioned earlier, a temple,
Damn.
and a camp.
Fuck, this looks so good.
And you see Larray just right beside you at this point. So Larray and Karsol. So you are now inside this vision. You see this camp. You see all these cultists are now cultists, and then the kobolds and some of the mercenaries. And you're trying to speak, but no words come out of your mouth. Larray just right beside you as well, trying also to speak, no words coming out of her mouth. Then both of you try to touch each other, or maybe examine where you are. Is this in a material plane? Is this in a dreamland? Or is this somewhere? But you see, this is an actual location with actual nature and objects that are solid. But you are almost like ghosts-like, and some of the cultists and kobolds are running up and down the stairs, up and down the camp, and some of them pass through you. And so Karsol feels that it's like your ghosts. They can't see you, but you can see them very clearly. There's a pathway going up inside to the temple. Larray and Karsol slowly make their way up, listening and hearing very clearly. Actually, you could hear the cultists talking about what they would do with the money or the treasure that they've got from Greenest. The kobolds, you could hear them eating the meat that they have been given. Then the mercenaries also counting the gold and treasure. And as Karsol and Larray reach the point, a point, that's what you hear. Karsol and Larray near the entrance to this, and sees an open door inside the temple. And there are more cultists inside. You could hear them, you could hear the gold, the treasure clanking on the chest and the crates moving. You know, people are talking and chatting. Karsol, what's going through your head at this point?
I look around and wonder what place is this, and why am I seeing this vision? And then I look beside me and I see Larray, and wonder why she also shares the same vision as me. So can I go inside this building?
Oh yes. In a while. I want you to make me a history check. As you mentioned, Karsol is trying to decipher if he has been to this place or not.
12.
You being a new person in the land of the Sword Coasts. But you of royal blood and you of stature of aristocracy have thought a lot about the geography of the Sword Coast. This temple happens to be a familiar temple for you because it reminded you that this is a temple of Bane, the god of destruction. If I am correct with my... No, Bane, the Black Hand, the Lord of Darkness. So this is the ruins of the Temple of Bane. But you are unsure where specifically this temple is. But you just know from its structure, from the wall carvings and its ornaments, wall carvings of it, and the symbol of the Black Hand, as you can see from the doorknobs. You and Larray now make your way inside, both of you slowly walking in. Did you hear Karsol and Larray there? And as you enter, you are seeing more cultists and hold on. There we go. You're seeing more of the cultists and who are talking, and just right in front in the altar of Bane, Larray sees this familiar one wearing a purple cloak and the red robe, wizard robes. For Karsol, you only noticed the purple cloaks, which reminded you of Furla Mondath and Langderosa Cyanrath, which you see. But this one is unfamiliar for you. You don't know who this one. This one's new for you. This person's new. This one's a half-dragon, female half-dragon. And the one to the left, you haven't seen as well. Even in the time when you and Ellion were still captive by the cult inside the cave. But you only notice the purple robes. For Larray, she notices both. The one in the purple, she remembers as Rezmir, the black half-dragon, the worm speaker, who has the black dragon mask. And to the left, the one wearing the red. They see it's Asbarajos, the red wizard of Thay. And both of them are preparing for something. And Karsol sees Larray, curious as Larray is, slowly walking, forward to hear more or to see what Asbarajos and Rezmir are up to. Does Karsol do anything, or does he just follow what Larray is currently doing?
For now, I just follow Larray since I noticed she's more versed with these characters. So I just follow silently and observe everything that's happening.
Okay. So as both of you walk slowly, and as you are walking near the steps, you hear Rezmir just say, "Masters, worm speakers, welcome, and we are ready to report." And that's where we take our first break.
What the fuck?
We are back. Okay. Where we left off is Larray and Karsol, and in one of their episodic visions, are now inside the ruined temple of Bane, who they entered and tried to listen in on the conversation happening. And last they heard was Rezmir saying, "Worm speakers, I am now ready to report." And we continue with that. And then what happens now? Four masks, start to glow of different chromatic color. There was the red one, the white, the blue, and the green. The red one speaks, and Karsol and Larray hears. The red one speaks and says, "Well, Rezmir, how's the raid in Greenest?" And Rezmir responds and says, "Master, the raid in Greenest goes well. And as all you could know, we are transporting the treasure. As we speak, we are nearing the town of Berigos. We are roughly 8 days away in reaching Baldur's Gate." And then one of the white masks interjects and said, "Aye, you traveling with a lot of treasure? You would gather attention. And this isn't proper." And you could hear then the green then speaks on behalf and says, "Well, if Rezmir is confident in her ability not to attract attention, then let her be. She's a worm speaker like all of us. You don't need to babysit her." And then the red just shushes and says, "Quiet, silence," and continues. And he says, "Rezmir, 8 days to Baldur's Gate. And you are just outside the town of Berigos. That's slow. Do it quickly. Maybe you could reach Baldur's Gate sooner than 8. And then Rezmir then suddenly stares down. And then out of nowhere, the blue mask speaks and says, "Wait, maybe she could give 8. As all you know, here in Waterdeep, I've managed to garner the trust of High Priestess Cecilia, the leader of the Church of Selûne, the one who teaches the Silver Stars. And since we have her on our pockets now, Rezmir can take 8 days to Baldur's Gate. Give her that. Because we are also on the verge of tracking down the last remaining Silver Star who has been sheltered by the Emerald Enclave. Our cards are in our favor." And as he finishes saying that, and then you could see Larray and Karsol notice that the blue mask suddenly stares right at them. Karsol making eye-to-eye contact with the blue mask as well as Larray. And then the blue mask just says, "Azbara, you have been becoming weak, my friend." And Azbara Joss, the Red Wizard of Thay, just the one left on the left of Rezmir, just says, Master, what do you mean? We're being watched. And then all of a sudden, Resmir turns over at Asbadajoz and looks at him with disgust, and then just faces over and walks forward. And suddenly, Resmir just yells, "We're leaving tonight. We're leaving right now. We travel light. We're being watched. Someone is in our midst. Split the treasure. Travel light. Will not attract attention. It would distract them more than enough." And then the red mask just says, "We talk later." Then all the other masks disappear except the blue one. And the blue one just says, "Asbada, you should do a better job." And he just leaves. And the scared and disappointed to himself, Asbadajoz just looks over, turns around, and then uses one of his mind powers to shield out whatever the intrusion is. And as a wave of magic surges outside Asbada, it tosses Larray and Karsol outside of the vision. And even before leaving the said vision, they see 10 eyes, 5 heads glowing. 10 eyes, 5 heads with the eyes glowing. And all they hear is, "Whatever it is you are planning, you will fail." And then Karsol wakes up from its trance, and he drops down and sees everything that is dropping down right there, happening currently. And it's your turn, Karsol. You wake up from that trance. You break free. Larray somewhere else. Wait. Oh, who is still in cut? Oh, there we go. Yeah. Larray somewhere else. Perhaps also happens the same. She wakes up somewhere and hears those voices. And yeah, Karsol, you are up. You wake up from your trance. You see the 3 dragons, some of them eating. You see also this old person just right beside you. You see Ellion on the ground, fainted, knocked out. And you see also as well Kaldruin with a wounded. Kaldruin and the old person wounded. Kaldruin in one of his legs and the hand, and the old person somewhat scarred with the conflict. And you over there, you also see Tomorrow trying to fend off the black dragon. Yeah. Karsol, you are up.
I cast my cantrip of minor illusion muna to because I can speak draconic to sound more dragony or like a deep voice, and I talk to the three drakes, and I say, "We mean you no harm, little dragons. If you need meat, we have lots of it here." And then I turn over to the sino na yung medyo aggressive, the black one, right?
The black one, yeah.
Yeah, I turn over to the black one, and then I try to beckon it over, and I offer some of the meat.
Okay. So as Karsol casts minor illusion and says in Draconic the command to calm the dragons, Karsol, give me a persuasion check with disadvantage.
Ten.
Yeah, you could roll another d20 and take the lower roll. That's disadvantage.
Got 10.
Okay, it's dead. So as Karsol commands, all three dragons, specifically the black one, isn't phased by it. They still continue on attacking. They disregard the command and carry on eating the meat. So they disregard. For the blue dragon, for its turn, it notices. It sees Karsol, hears what Karsol is saying, and construes it as a threat. So it drops the elk in its mouth and charges right through and tries to bite Karsol. But Karsol manages to dodge this quick little wyrmling from him before even landing its sharp teeth to his leg. Interim, you are up.
It's like, okay. Don't speak Draconic, so like, kind of just look over him like, what did you tell him? And just run over and try to like, as put before by Kaljuin, force feed like a piece of like meat down the one that's like currently going over at Karsol.
Okay, so yeah, give me a strength check as well, since
Not. We'll do that. Okay.
strength or athletics. Since I will give you athletics. So.
Same thing.
Yeah.
12.
Okay, so you manage to force feed it, but somehow the blue dragon's faster, and some of your hand may have chomped down from the pressure as it snaps its mouth, and you take 7 points of damage from trying to force feed it, but it's still faster. So the teeth manages to scratch your forearm. Tomorrow, you are up, and yeah, after hearing Karsol speak in, roll me a history.
Me?
Yeah, give me history.
Sorry, it's slow.
It's okay. It also gives me time to think.
Bagal.
Oh, it's extra slow.
Wait, let me try.
Oh yeah, there we go. I saw it. Okay. Yeah, you heard Karsol speak in gibberish. But you've connected. The book that you've seen is just right beside you. You know, the Dragon Heart Friend, and back of your mind, it could be a toss that you're like debating right now in your mind if what Karsol said was draconic or gibberish at that point. But it's your turn tomorrow. The book is just beside you right there.
What's on the book again? Like doodles?
For you, it's doodles, yes, because it's draconic. No, it's just like a title, and then the picture could read.
Oh.
You could see a dragon with a heart, and then a human male with a big smile, like yay, like like those advertisement smiling photos. Even the dragon has this almost comical smile. But
Okay.
yeah, it's doodles for tomorrow.
So at this, I don't know items in my inventory to use. I use the trident joke.
let's see. I have a miniature sculpture of Tiamat. Daddy! um, let's see. Okay, so I think for tomorrow, what she's going to do is that she's going to try to let's see. So how high is the dragon floating?
No, they're on the ground.
Oh, nasa ground na pala. Elevated na pala. So, is there any, like, rope near yung parang packs namin or anything? To try and...
You have.
Okay. So I think, at this, tomorrow's just gonna, like, take some rope and, you know, sort of, like, fashion it into, like, a leash to put it, over the black dragon.
Okay. Give me a strength or athletics check.
For athletics. Oh no. Paano ulit patayin mi galing sa settings? I think,
What do you mean, pate?
I mean, like, yung service. Like, yung parang...
To speed up.
Yeah, the
Oh,
roll. Yung pag naglalag siya.
Settings, advanced, advanced system, and then hardware
Hardware
acceleration.
Ah, yeah, there we go. So I also saw your result as well. So you tried. Tomorrow tries her best to tie on the neck of the black dragon, but yeah, the black dragon's too strong and bites off Laray's hand for 10 points of damage. So it snaps. Laray, sorry. Tomorrow. Sorry. Yeah. As Tomorrow tries to tie up the black dragon to a leash, to form a leash, the black dragon's too strong and manages to break the rope and bite off part of Tomorrow's hand for 10 points. So there. So the black dragon still on its wild self and then tries to charge up. Tomorrow can see its throat inflating and green acid is starting to form in its mouth and it's beginning to launch something from its mouth, but it's still young and it's not yet capable of instantaneous projectile, so you could see it charging up. The red dragon, on the other hand, Caldruin, give me another animal handling.
Oh boy. Okay. Yeah. 24, not 20.
Yes.
Oh my
So you
God.
manage.
Mother
You see the red dragon being uneasy again. You know, beginning to harden its muscles and preparing for another attack. But you notice this quick enough and manage to add more elk meat to distract it. And Caldruin manages to calm down the red dragon for a while.
Also, I'm gonna try and talk to it,
Okay.
like, as it gobbles up the meat. I'm gonna say no. No, stay.
Okay, roll me another animal handling. Just normal roll,
Oh.
not with advantage,
Okay.
because you're trying now
Oh,
to directly
no.
communicate.
6.
So
Bye-bye.
it doesn't listen well to your commands as you say that, and let's see, it swings its claws. It swings one of its claws and hits you for 9 points of damage.
How
So
much
yeah,
is
but-
it?
Oh my.
God.
Parang
You should kill the dragons.
no.
9
Do
points. Of
I
damage.
still have
Ellion is out cold.
a bonus action?
Yeah. Oh, It's your turn naman, by the way. So you will have that as well.
Oh, I considered the whole
the one in
thing
the-
I did was
Okay.
that an action already, or
Oh, that was almost like a reaction to the action of the dragon. But yeah, I would give you the bonus one still on the Dread Dragon as well. So what bonus do you plan?
I'm just gonna cast Healing Word on myself.
Okay, so as soon as the scratch marks it, and you can see like the blood squirting, basically arteries and muscles showing. Okay.
Okay,
You can cast Healing
rolling.
Word.
That's a 1. That's an 8. I heal 8 points.
Okay, so you try to stop the bleeding from the artery. Blood is oozing out. But it's also your turn as well. So you're up.
Oh wait, what?
Your turn. It's already your turn. Because Ellion's still out cold, so it's not waking anytime soon.
Oh, that was just a reaction. What I did.
Yeah. Because it's also your turn as well.
Oh.
So it's after the Red Dragon, it's already you as well. So
Oh, okay, I misunderstood. So
Yeah,
I'll just my Healing Word. I'll just put that or cast that through my bonus action this round. And as for my action, I'm going to I'm going to can still take a few more hits. I'm gonna try and command this, not the spell, just try to tame this red dragon and say, because I've never interacted with the dragon except for Cyan Wrath, who's like half dragon, half man. Yeah, so like I don't really know what I'm doing except thinking back to when I had pets in the cave. At most, I've interacted with wolves, dogs. So I'm gonna try and be aggressive towards it to
Okay.
tame it, and try to smack its wings to try and behave, you little fool.
No. Don't at all.
So I want it to feel it.
okay.
So I'm gonna do damage, but
what weapon did
just
you use? Your fist?
unhanded.
Unhanded. Okay.
Yeah, unarmed. Sorry, unarmed
Unarmed.
strike.
Okay. Yeah. Roll for an attack then. Yeah.
Okay, come on, hit. That's not bad. 16.
Okay. You could roll with me for damage then. How much damage did you?
Oh,
there we go.
that's 2 damage. Only 2.
There you go. So yeah, you smacked it. It's not hard. Not too hard. But for a dragon, it's too soft. For a dragon.
Oh,
So with that, you smacked it. But the red dragon's still unhinged, still wild. Its thick skin and strong muscles really is a testament to its power and might when it grows up. So yeah, do you have any more bonus action? Do you wanna use a bonus?
no, my bonus action was the healing.
The healing word already. Okay.
Yeah, I'm
So
done.
yeah. So Karsol, you are up, and before you do your turn, give me perception.
Okay. 19.
You see on the right side near tomorrow a book. You could read it. It's Draconic, and you read it as dragon, my friend, in common, but it's in Draconic. You read it as dragon and my friends. It's the book title, just right.
My dragon, my friends.
Yeah, Dragon My Friends, that's the title, in Draconic. And it's on the foot of tomorrow. And give me a history check.
Alright.
You're
So
well
it's
versed.
like-
Maybe you establish this.
Sesame Street
Dragon,
for
my
dragons.
9.
So with your
Dragon
9,
101.
with a 9, you remember from, it's not a very common book in your land, but you've well traveled. Your parents may have taught you since you need to know a lot of things being a prince. That book contains advanced draconic language, since you also recalled in your childhood that dragons and not dragonborns are more of godlike, borderline godlike status. So your draconic language that you taught you when you were young, as a not yet, when you were still in under tutorage, was taught the draconic is only to converse with dragonborns and not with higher beings like full-fledged dragons. And that book is almost like a Sesame Street manual. Yeah, dragons, my friends. It's your basics to speaking with the gods. Dragon gods, basically. You know, you're up, Karsol.
I try to skim the book to see if there's like a.
Oh no, it's still on
Ay.
tomorrow's foot. It's just your memory.
Okay.
It just jotted your memory.
Oh, okay.
On,
Can I try to sprint to the book to check if there's like a how to converse properly with the dragon so they stop attacking.
Okay, so as Karsol sprints, and since the blue dragon is just right in front of him, let's see if you manage to. There. So as Karsol sprints toward tomorrow, the blue dragon tries to bite as well, another bite on Karsol's leg, but he manages to dodge it, so jump over its head before going down, and yeah, Karsol almost like a baseball slides through to the book where tomorrow is, and you open the page. You open the page, you skim through, and you see one word with all the panic and all the chaos happening. You see the word sleep right there.
Can I try to? I try to use that
So
word.
so give me a draconic word for sleep.
Dra. Dras. Drasmir.
So as Karsol speaks, says Drasmir, the three dragons, they started to fall asleep slowly. You could see its head bobbing in and out, and in the eyes, and then they just fall asleep. Neat and sound. Even the red dragon, Kaldruin, is shocked kasi means the red dragon has still meat in its mouth. You know, half eaten pa, but then it just falls asleep. So you could see this chunk of meat pa in its mouth. So its mouth is still half open like that, and then all three are asleep right there. There we go.
Hey.
That's where we end the combat right there.
Buti nag-19 perception ako. Kasi mag-fast na dapat ako ng 7th level na arcane missile.
Oh my.
So as the three dragons are asleep, everything is almost like
Kaldruin is like dumbfounded because like Kaldruin this entire time was like struggling to cut meat, feed one, then feed another, getting bitten and scratched and ignored at the same time. Then seeing Karsol say something, and the dragons just drop me. He's like, I guess demotivated a little bit.
You pay for the food, but they don't listen to you.
Sounds like my dog. So at this, tomorrow like looks at Karsol. Didn't think you'd be useful, but nice job. So she like goes over to him, gives him a pat on the back, and actually just wipes like the meat blood off of him, and she like looks around and, well, very interesting turn of events. So what do we do with these little adorable children then.
Well,
At
since
this
I have the
point-
book, I will try to tame these dragons. Maybe we can use them against this cult I have seen in my visions.
Speaking of, this entire time, you were floating and glowing. Are you okay?
Yeah, that was better, but waking up to a camp overrun by dragons does seem odd.
So, tomorrow, like, takes out, like, she, like, plays with her daggers, in both of her hands, and then she, like, casually points it to, Karsol, and a little bit suspicious. Perhaps you should have told us about these visions before. And as for you, what are you doing here, old man?
I didn't actually know when to interject there. Can I have my book back? That's not yours. And like just like hands like his hand just like holding another. What are you people even doing with dragons here? Why, they're not supposed to be just hanging around.
Well, what are you doing with a dragon handling book? That's rather suspicious too, if you don't mind me saying.
That's for me. That's for me to know now. Okay, girl. Just give me back the book. That's all.
And that's for us to decide, old man.
You know I tried to help you there, but you know what? Fine. I'm supposed to bring that book to someone. Heading over to Elturel. I think. Do you people mind? Helping out a young
You say
Ashing
Elturel,
Elturel, yes.
and I look towards the group and say, we're actually on our way there as well. Then I try to eye him head to toe and see if I can discern any like form of like whether or not he belongs to a group, mainly Harpers or whichever other group I know of. Even the cult, like since we don't know him yet.
Okay, you could give me an insight check.
Insight. Can't find it. Can't find it. Where is it? Oh yeah. Oh my. 11.
Okay, and interim.
11? Well, the thing is.
Well, yeah, there's no need. Interim. I'm really curious as well. Are you hiding the insignia?
Yeah, he is actually. Cause like, if anything, what he's putting out to everyone at all, it's literally just an old man. The only thing that would look weird are two things: fish on his back and metal leg.
Yeah.
But
So
like otherwise, yeah.
okay. So what happens now is interim. You spot you spot this dwarf eyeing you from head to toe. You're the veteran. You know how you spot him as suspicious, trying to size you up and try to uncover what your deal is. Basically.
What insignia? What's going on?
Oh, and
What's
Oh,
happening?
it's Ellion.
yeah, right.
Just in time!
Yeah.
Dang. Great timing.
Timing for what?
Well, Then I fill her in on um, her fainting and the dragons attacking, and us struggling to, I guess, feed and tame the dragons at the same time. And this old man helping us out with, or at least by indirectly providing the book that Karsol used to temporarily make them unconscious or make them sleep, I guess.
And at this tomorrow, like puts her daggers back by her waist, and she like crosses her arms, and then like gives Ellion a small smirk, and she goes like, "Well, didn't know that a strong, powerful knight such as yourself had her own fears, to the point that you just passed out."
God bless you. That she...
I'll ignore that snide comment, Wyrmling, and I try to get up and still feel woozy. Whatever is happening, let's just push through this.
And
Well,
I'll go ahead.
no, you go ahead.
I'm just gonna
Salutations,
go back
old
to,
man.
yeah, I'm just gonna go back to the old man. Which reminds me, what is your name, sir? And what are you doing here exactly?
I'm on the road to Elturel. My name is Interim. Thank you very much. Someone who actually can notice an asteroid footsteps. Thank you. You are, young boy.
My name is Galdrin, and still being suspicious, right? Galdrin just fingers his great axe, or great hammer rather, and so, not to be disrespectful, sir, but you just happened to pass by with the most convenient book in the world for these dragons at the right time.
Well, young lad, if I could use it, that I would have. Otherwise, we wouldn't have to deal with all that shit in the first place. Right.
Would you mind me asking who you work for? And I'm gonna hold my great hammer tighter, ready to strike, or I guess lunge towards the man, hoping he doesn't say the cult.
You know what's fine. And then, like, at that point, kind of, like, does just, like, show the, insignia. And it's like, well, if you got the chance to kill me now, then take it. I've already lived a long life. You people seem to have...
You show the
dragons in your-
Harper
Yes, I do.
insignia? Oh.
Yep.
Okay. We do recognize it, right? From Leosin.
Yes. Leosin shows it to you guys.
Then you see like a sigh of relief from Galdrin. Let's go of that great hammer, and do you perhaps know of Leosin? He's the reason why we're here, why we're on our way to Elturel as well.
Reasons, bad reasons. Which is it?
Pardon?
Is it for good reason or for bad reason?
Well, I would say both. We just came from, I would say, a quest from Leosin, and are on our way to report back, so to speak. Just so happens we had in our possession a couple of eggs, and just a few moments ago, the eggs hatched, and here we are. The 3 dragons or wyrmlings that we hope, at least we hope to tame, maybe use against. Well, then I look at the others and say, the cult.
And from the word cult, Karsol, you remembered your vision, and you remember all that was told from Rezmir and Asbarachos during the meeting in the Temple of Bane.
Yeah.
What was the name again? Sorry, Temple what?
Bane.
Bane.
Temple of Bane.
Oh,
Bane. Yeah, the Black Hand.
Gotcha.
Old man, do you happen to know anything about a large temple dedicated to the Black Hand?
Do I?
Roll me a history, Interim.
13.
You sort of recall the Black Hand, the temple, and for Interim, you recall its location, not really specific, but you have a rough estimate that it's just outside the town of Berigos.
Okay, so from that kind of just like, this repeats. Berigos. That place out in Berigos. Yes, that place. I think. Not really sure what goes on there. What do you know about it?
Well, I've had visions, and I seem to recall your past, their past party member, Lorraine, was it? In that same vision, has she mentioned anything about weird dreams?
Has she?
Yeah,
She has.
Yeah, she has.
Okay.
You guys were with her.
She has, but not really that detailed, I suppose.
Well, the way she told us about it was that she had dreams, and they weren't really that clear, at least as I understood her tell it, and that it basically just led her to, well, to Greenest, where we met her. That's about it. Never in that detail, basically.
I think after we drop off at Elturel, we're
Yeah,
going to Elturel,
Elturel.
right?
Yep.
After we go to Elturel, I suggest we check out Berigos and that abandoned ruin.
Yeah.
Oh, but
Yeah,
you,
I think
Karsol also remembers that Rezmir also plans to move the cult, the treasure, and the rest of the group from Berigos all the way north to Waterdeep, and they're trying to do it quickly, post haste. So the last information that Karsol in his mind, if you recall what Rezmir said, is they were 8 days nearing water Baldur's Gate. So in a nutshell, the cult caravan that Resmir is with is moving from Beregost. They took a rest from Beregost, and then they are 8 days away, nearing Baldur's Gate. In which again, before ending the dream, Resmir said to quicken the travel time, make it half if ever possible. That's what Karsol remembers from all those
So we must make
speaking.
haste.
So, like, at the thought of, like, going to Beregost, while they're talking, I want to steal the book back.
Okay, give me your sleight of hand.
Oh.
And Karsol, give me a perception.
Okay. 8.
And sleight of hand.
It's 16.
Yeah. So as Karsol explaining his initial vision of him and Larray, yeah, Interim sneakily approaches Karsol and manages to slide the book into his pocket. Everyone else, you could roll perception. Let's see if you spot this motion.
Perception. I'm not 20.
Oh my god!
Grabe, Kaldruin. Next episode, mamamatay ka na.
I know, right?
Like, yo,
Dragons
someone
will be
nerf.
nibbling my toes.
Minus 13.
Yeah, and then it's Caldrin. Yeah, you notice it. You see that it's clear as day. You see how quick Interim's hands were.
I just, for now, just watch out. I'm just wary of Interim.
Can I tell that he's wary of me? Can I tell that someone saw me?
I'm not hiding it. If you
Okay.
like want to take a glance, like if anything, I want you to know that I saw you.
Damn.
Kind of just like, okay, book back where it's supposed to be. Kind of just pipe up, like, in the middle of the conversation. You young folk going to what? Elturel, to Beregost, what are you going?
Well, we have to get to Elturel immediately. But I guess with Karsol's vision, we'll have to go straight to Beregost right after.
You people know a little bit more of the cult than I expect. What's your relationship with them? And why do you even like? Are the dragon eggs part of your mission? That's very interesting. On my end,
Well, to be fair, we found them while we were trying to, let's just say, get more info on the cult, and they looked really pretty. So I thought it might be a good idea to of course take them away from the cult.
so you stole them from the cult.
We are just protecting the realm. I think that's a better term now, old man.
You don't exactly look like the type, though. No.
How very rude, but I'll let it slide. But only because I like old people.
They call it that this way. No. You people know Leosin?
We do.
Well, to be fair, he did save my life. And that's the main reason why I was in Greenest. To pay him a debt. Because I owe him a favor. And that's why I'm here with these people. So she rolls her eyes just a little bit.
And I just say, well, we all have our own reasons why we ended up in Greenest and have a relationship with the cult. Some good, some worse. Then some, well, at least these guys. Then I point towards Ellion and Karsol. We met them in the cave where they were doing their rituals. And at the same time, that's the same place where we retrieved the X, basically.
And as after Kaldruin explains and points about Ellion and Karsol, we see. Could everyone roll perception? Real quick.
I don't know what's gonna happen.
Oh.
Is Karsol gonna turn into a dragon?
It was I alone.
I am their father.
Okay. So yeah.
You were nice.
As Kaldruin explains and points, tells a story on how the party met together. All of you notice Ellion trying, hyperventilating a little bit. Upon seeing these 3 chromatic dragons, her fear of dragons emerged clearly. You could see her eyes trembling, even though earlier she, even though she initially tried to put a brave face in front of tomorrow when she awoke from her fainting. Ellion, you could tell us, or explain where did your fear of chromatic dragons begin?
My village was once attacked by dragons, and that's where I met Karsol's father to save me. I lost my village and my family, and seeing them gives me a bit of anxiety and hate, but I must endure. Yeah.
Seeing her.
Who was the higher in perception pala among all of you?
18 for me.
Oh yeah, then it's tomorrow. Tomorrow you notice that very clearly. Yeah.
I got a nat 20.
Notice what? Sorry, notice what very clearly?
Her anxiety.
Okay.
The chromatic dragons. Let's give it tomorrow.
What's up?
So at this tomorrow, just like she looks at Ellion, and she lets out a sigh, and she sort of gives a small, like, it's barely noticeable, but it's a sympathetic look, and she forces like a smile. Well, I'm pretty sure all of us here have our own fears. And sorry to hear about your village, but perhaps this is a good reason for all of us to try and stop the cult.
Wait, Ellion said that aloud.
No.
Oh.
It was for me. The one with the bad
Oh.
story.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean tomorrow's response was okay. I mean you just noticed her in her anxiety and you just explained that. That's fine. That's subtle. I mean that's also what I think of tomorrow's character when she sees that. Anyway, it was good. That's fair enough. It was for me. It was just for added info. I'm just writing it down. Anyway, yeah. Where was the last point? You guys were. Yeah, Kaldruin was explaining how the party got together to interim, and tomorrow noticed Ellion having this sort of fear with chromatic dragon, and she just scoffs at the idea because earlier she said she had a brave front, but tomorrow noticed that she still has certain anxiety and fear and or weakness in her. Yeah. So as the night dragged on, everyone at this point it is already nearing daybreak of the 16th of Mirtul, basically entering the second
Do we
day.
get a long rest though?
Yeah. If
Because I cast a spell, so
yeah, if the rest are, is there anything more that the party wants to know from each other? If none, then the whole camp now rest assured from the last. You were gonna say? Interim?
I kind of want to like camp out somewhere else because like it's clear that there is suspicion of me, but also they have dragons. Who am I to believe that they're not also just like trying to deceive me as well? That's like what's going on in his brain. So he kind of like gets his stuff, kind of like moves like say a good like I don't know, 100 feet away from the rest. And, like
wait.
before leaving, kind of like this goes. It's still not working here. Kind of picks up his stuff, and says, "Come on, Reggie!" and then just like kind of camps out somewhere else. Still gonna wake up though and like see where they are if ever that's the issue. But like, just wanna have a separate campsite.
I just want to ask, did we as a party, the Millers, receive any like? Because I don't remember. Did we receive something from Leosin as a badge or something, or we didn't?
No. You just given the note to meet him at Elturel after you've investigated in the cave, and the reward of 200 gold per person is there with you guys.
Okay.
Once you reach Elturel, that's why. So
I
as
also mentioned that to what's your interim, hoping to glean more about him. That we're meeting on their room. Aside from Leosin.
We were like this is also like this before he leaves like that stuff. Like, so like kind of from that just like nods, just like okay, cool, we'll see. But also just kind of like continues on from that thought. It's like, you know, I never got to actually get your names. You know who I am. How about the rest of you young folk? Seem like a happy little gang.
Well, the name's Tomorrow, Gramps.
You're telling me tomorrow, or Why are you waiting to
No.
tell me some more?
That's my name, old man.
Ah. Okay. Your name's Tomorrow, so like you're telling me I could meet you yesterday around here or something?
Actually,
Funny, right?
We do have a companion. Then I sigh heavily. Named yesterday.
So
Fortunately, he had other errands he needed to attend to.
Yes. Probably away killing some folk, stealing some shit. Dunno, he'll probably turn around soon enough.
young lads, my young lad. So like points to Kalduran. So I take it you're today?
No, sir. The name is Cauldron. Of the Brightbeards.
Sorry, of the what now?
Cauldron Brightbeard is the name.
Is anything like familiar at all? Of any sort of like that? Like, does that sound familiar?
Oh, for you?
Yes.
You can give me a history.
Not history, where is it? 15.
With a 15, upon hearing the name, the word Brightbeard, deep inside you're not sure. You only go back with Operation Gromnir and how it was briefed to you. And throughout one of the presentations, Leosin explained why it was called Gromnir. It's just because it's from the fallen Brightbeard. And
Holy shit.
well, back then, Interim was still, you didn't much care on that. You were just it's like fluff that's something. But
Okay,
upon hearing that, you might have changed your demeanor when you heard that this Caldruin is a Brightbeard.
What he did, kind of like visibly like tenses up and all, just from like the mention of the last name, and just like talks. But the other two.
I'm Karsol, Prince of and this is my royal retinue, Ellion.
You two don't look like you belong here.
Well, of course, we've come from a different country.
Maybe try to hide that a little more. Some people are not going to take us kindly. Or try to steal from you, that too. I'm surprised that one hasn't tried already. Like, points to Tomorrow.
Pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure then.
And I give you a salute from the lands of my people, like a butterfly.
What?
Oh.
I don't know.
Wait.
What?
My prince. Fly high, butterfly.
Like a butterfly?
Hey, it's their country.
Salute is a butterfly.
Please
So now, how does
ignore
one
that.
salute like a butterfly?
So, Tomorrow looks at her weirdly. People from your land truly are strange. Weird.
Okay. have to expound on that, on how you salute like a butterfly. Okay. I'll just note that down. Thanks for that information. Something new about every day.
I feel like increasingly is going to be like the Philippines.
Filler episode.
After giving the salute and interim reacting a certain way, seeing a different culture from that, is there any more the party does in the camp?
One more thing. Oh, nope, go first.
Yeah, I just wanted to secure the dragons, basically. I want to tie their... Because they're asleep, right? And I assume heavily asleep.
Yeah, they're heavily asleep after that language. That basically is a very strong language for deities. I mean, dragon deities. Yeah, they're heavily asleep. Dragons are heavy sleepers. So,
I'll just ask Interim if you have the know-how, would you mind at least teaching us a few words just to calm these dragons down, these wyrmlings down, should they awoke tomorrow or later?
I'd give you some
If
funny
not-
ones to say if I knew any. Maybe try, I don't know, fuck, god damn it, shit.
Okay.
He knows my character.
Then after all that, I'm just gonna bed down. Oh no, you said it's the next day already.
it's almost, but you need guys to rest. So you haven't slept like straight in a while, especially the others. So you guys could rest a long rest for the next 8 hours. So after the dragons, I assume they're still in place. You haven't moved them. You guys take your respective sleeping bags and you spend the remaining night. And let's move interim because as he wants to camp out away a little bit from the party. Well, not
Nice,
super
he
away.
does not sleep with dragons.
So she just moves out. He just moves out right there. Just move right there. And the rest of the party sleeps and has this long rest, much needed long rest after a very, very bumpy first night in the woods outside. And now we enter the 16th day of Mirtul. At this time, it's already almost past lunch. And okay, everyone roll me Constitution saving.
Constitution. Wait, babalik ako sa iPad. Naglulo ko yung ano ko. Desktop. Constitution.
5.
Okay.
Oh my
So
god.
it's already past lunch, and
8.
interim awakes first, and you see the rest of the party still asleep, basically. And you just recall that time is of the essence, especially dealing with the cult.
I'm gonna so, is there like a cooking setup and everything around here?
The initial view that you could see some drinking pots, drinking cups, and then like a water skin filled with water. the party has been eating on rations, so no cooking involved. So the fire pit was just for warmth, and at this point the fire now it has gone, it's gone dead. So you can only see burnt logs, and the rest of the party still asleep, and the dragons also still asleep.
Dragon's also still asleep. Okay.
Yeah.
I want to like just quietly place like some pieces of meat in front of the dragons, just in case, and then like start walking over to like the fire and the setup, take a couple pots, and just start like like, are they metal or they're like ceramic?
They're metal. Yeah.
Good. Start banging on like one of them, just like, hey, good morning, let's go.
Annoying grandpa.
So
Yeah,
the one that awakes next after was Ellion. Ellion, from that banging on the pants, you have this sort of rude awakening, seeing this old man banging on empty pots and pans, waking everyone up, and followed by that, it's tomorrow, and then Kaldruin, and then finally Karsol.
So, for tomorrow on instinct, she takes the nearest item, like by her like sleeping bag, and she throws it at the direction of the voice and the banging.
When Ellion by instinct like gets up and like goes into fighting position. 'Cause I thought there was like a description.
Ambush!
Oh, you kids.
What is that noise?
It's morning, get up, we have to go.
Interim, it's you. What
Morning.
loud noise in the morning?
Morning. Right. It's time to
Good
go.
morning to you too, sir. Then I like
More than we spend here with 3 dragons just doing nothing, the more chances to be eaten by 3 dragons doing nothing. Plus, there are people waiting for you in Elturel, no? Same case.
I start to quietly get up and pack my stuff. And I watch the dragons and just pause for a bit, wondering how exactly we're going to travel with them. Do I carry them? Tell them to follow? How do I tell them to follow? Then I just look at the old man and then I just point at the dragons and just, help.
I see you and like I gulp and pick up my armor and weapons and come by to try and help you.
Are they like wrapped up and all, or are they just like sleeping? Just remind me.
Just
Like-
sleeping.
They're just sleeping,
Yeah.
they're not like tired or
I thought about like tying them up, but it might be worse when they wake up.
Okay, so you manage to carry the dragon on the carriage one by one. As after the party has done pack the supplies and basically the whole camp setup, am I correct to assume that you guys carried them one by one?
Yeah, if they're still asleep.
Yeah, they are very heavily asleep. So yeah, okay, can move that. The 3 dragons, and especially other supplies and all the goods you guys pack up. You guys really are surprised how deep dragons are asleep. And Ellion takes on the reins of the carriage. And how was everyone seated on the carriage who is shotgun beside Ellion?
I sit near the dragons, just in case.
I offer interim the front since it's more comfortable in the front. I assume. And sit just next to Karsol. And ask interim, do you mind if I have a look at the book? You know, Dragons 101. Sorry, what was it?
You did catch me, huh? Good eye. Now, let's return it, yes. I can't read anything on that. If you can, then that would be great.
Oh, we're in a carriage now. Awesome.
Yeah.
Ooh,
You
carriage.
guys basically loaded up. Who's behind? It was Caldruin and then with
Karsol
Karsol.
and I, yeah.
Me also.
Then I guess tomorrow as well.
Yeah, tomorrow as well. You guys were really cramped back with all.
Magkailan na yung nabawas na meat? How
Well,
much
I also fed the horses. So horses need 10 kilos of feed a day as well. So from the 1,000 pounds of meat, elk meat that you have, 20, so 980 was left to feed the horses initially. And then from the night before, I want each of you to make me a d20 roll. So you guys managed to feed, except for Ellion, you don't need to roll. Who managed to feed the dragons was Caldruin, Tomorrow, and Interim. Yeah, 3 of you just make a d20 roll for me.
5 for Caldron.
Well,
It's still loading. Wait.
Okay, 5, 12, and
Sorry, it's still loading.
it's okay. Oh. What row?
Rinig ko na
What's
siya eh,
gonna
pero
be a
hindi
big
ko
reveal?
siya.
Big reveal! Shocking big reveal of the row.
Oh my god.
Wanna bet what number is it?
I can hear it go slowly.
oh my
Oh.
god!
You got a twin.
Yeah, pala
Yeah, you got it.
Ayan na, nag-load na.
Yeah. So basically, you manage to also feed the dragon more than enough. So we would go with, you are now riding with 950. 950. So 30 pounds of elk meat that Ellion has managed to kill prior to camping was fed to the young dragons. So you are now left with an additional 950 pounds aside from the meat that you bought from Greenest. So that's still a lot. And you are, yeah, interim, you could see how loaded the carriage is. It's almost like you can see also the horses. Ellion, you could also observe the horses really having a field day. Bigat na bigat with all the weight that you guys have. So is that
I
so
reach and probably try, or like, no, I can't reach them. I motion to them and try to see the horses. It's like, it'll be fine. Boys and girls will be there soon.
Yeah. So as she pats the horses, give me animal handling for that.
So, yeah. Animal handling. Nat 20.
There.
Nice.
So you appease the horses, and they are invigorated by your words of encouragement, and you could feel everyone like this sudden jolt of energy from the horses that they're powering through, even with this immense weight they are carrying just right behind
And
them.
I instinctively put my hand, like, my arm in front of the old man, and like, so careful, old man, here, fasten yourself. And, like,
I appreciate the concern, young lady. Thank you.
and with the like medieval seatbelt. Because I'm a knight. That's what I have to do.
Will say though, kind of in a more hushed tone, while this is going on. Uh, you think you're ready for this? Considering how we have dragons in the back there, you're fine.
Ano daw?
Oh,
What are you
shit.
thinking?
Hello? Sorry. You think you're ready for this? Considering what we have is packed back there, and just like nudges his head.
Well,
I guess trying to like the sleep dragons.
before you came, I was just thinking of letting them go, actually. But after hearing Karsol read from that book they have, and it having an immediate effect, well, I think we have a chance, right? Then I look at Karsol.
Hello, sorry, I'm lagging a bit. Sorry, you were saying?
Yeah, I just said how that we saw how you were able to command the wyrmlings into sleeping thanks to that book, Interim Head.
Oh, yeah. Funny you mentioned the book. Can I try to check?
Yeah,
Or notice where the book is?
Karsol checks. Yeah, you recall. Yeah, you mentioned that. And as Karsol, you pat your belongings. You look at it. The book's gone. The book's gone. It's not with you. And then interim. Roll me a perception. Let's see if you heard the conversation that's right behind.
18. That's an 18.
Oh, so yeah, you overlooked. You overheard. Sorry, not overlooked. You overheard that conversation that they're looking for the book, but interim, you just grasp your pocket and the book's with you. They don't know. Or did you tell them that you have it? Oh, except for Kaldruin. Except for
yeah,
Kaldruin.
exactly. Someone knows.
Yeah.
I talked to. So I'm talking with Karsol.
Mm-mm.
I hint at Interim and ask again if you don't mind, sir. I'd like to see that book. Maybe we can learn a bit more, or at least Karsol can.
The prince there is a little stingy. I'm going to get this back after I give it to you, right?
Well, of course. You just need to look at some commands.
Insight check.
Okay.
Like, I want to see if he actually will.
Okay.
Plural.
19.
You read on Karsol that he is genuine. He means good of heart, that he has a purpose dealing with the cult. As for interim, even though you know that, you still are giving the benefit of the doubt as an agent, as a veteran agent, to trust no one. So, but you made this coin toss, you made this this judgment call at the moment to lend the book, but not permanently. I mean, after a couple of browsing, a quick browse, then you want it back. That's what happens.
So I do this, like, kind of, like, lay the book there, pretty much like right behind me, or like right in front of them. And then just like go back. At some point, like just you're gonna start. He's just mumbling himself. It's gonna be good. Really softly to himself.
Okay. I don't think we'll hear him, will we? With the horse clanking.
Yeah, you could give me a perception if you could hear that. The mumbling of both of you, Karsol and even Ellion, actually, since you're beside.
Like literally right beside.
Wala na ako sa conversation.
You could hear that.
Okay. Perception.
Yeah, just perception. As this mumbling old man tries. Oh no. For Ellion, you're still focused on the road at hand.
Right.
But for the other two, yeah, you hear that mumbling. You hear him talking to himself and doing that, saying all those things before lending Karsol the book. Am I correct?
Yeah.
Before and after, yes.
Yeah. And then, for Karsol's sake, he managed to skim through, and just before grabbing the book by Interim once again, the new words that you learn from the book is, aside from sleep, obviously, awake. Give me a draconic word for awake.
Drasvar is Drasmir asleep. Drasvar.
Okay, so Drasmir is sleep and Drasvar is awake. And you manage to learn the third command in Draconic as well, the high form, is, bite, which happens a lot early the night. And give me the word for a bite.
Daenerys Targaryen over here.
Give me a word for a bite right there.
Wait lang.
Take it lang. Go ahead.
It's so hard to think of new languages.
Wow.
Like it's starting to sound like everything in like the draconic language. It starts with bra, which like
I imagine Draconic is more guttural
more
since they're reptiles, right? So a lot of G's and R's and Z's.
Actually, what's the bite?
Arcab.
Arcab.
Yeah, so arcab for bite. Yeah, there.
Can you type the spelling sa chat mamaya ng mga words?
Yep.
Yeah, character chat. Could give that to everyone.
Yeah.
But even though the rest of the party doesn't speak or know Draconic, just everyone just I can speak whatever this is. Yeah. So yeah, that's the two words that you know, and then after reading those, Interim just abruptly, grabs the book. Once again, closes in front of you, and he hides it back in his pocket. And as you, the rest of the party now is continuing on their journey. This is basically 16 of Mirtul, 1489. Yeah, on the road you guys have rations, right? You could deduct one, so this is the second day now of you guys traveling towards Elturel. So you're eating while on the go, basically, and nothing. The road is clear, the skies are fair, and everything seems to be peaceful until everyone roll perception for me.
Kala ko initiative.
God, but tinitiro.
Nag-roll ako na initiative ng perception. On reflex. Perception.
21.
You wanna get into a fight already?
Yes.
No worries.
So,
Four.
okay. So for Interim and Kaldruin, as you guys are making your way still on the carriage, waiting, minding your own, eating your rations and all that, Interim and Kaldruin manages. At this point, it's almost the afternoon, since you left mga lunchtime, midday, and then now midway through the journey on the second day. It's almost afternoon. You guys hear not far, just your ears started to focus on certain sounds coming from the other side of the ridge that you are passing through, and you could hear grottal noises of you can't discern yet, but it seems to be a big group over the ridge. And then focusing further, what happens now is we pan over the ridge as to see what Kaldruin and Interim heard. And then we see, I don't know if you guys will see, but a carriage, drawn carriage, along with horses and I'll put you this one. Horses and a pack of orcs bringing, this sort of contraption from somewhere, and that's what Kaldruin and Interim heard. And that's where we end for today's session right there.
Oh shit.
Big fight.
Don't know already.
So